they've got the Nico. It sounds like a lot of late game to me.
Late game and a lot of just slow play, disengage. You have the Nico ultimate, the Victor W. You have to do a lot to fight into them. We'll see as we get into game 2. Point that I want to point out now. Xiaopeng has done this. I've seen Acadian do it on TSM. People have just done it because it's reduced your trinket cooldown. So Xiaopeng must have placed an early trinket down. He went back to base and got himself now the red trinket so he can start clearing at an easier or quicker rate. So it's just a fun thing to do if you want to be able to have like the most effective use of your trinket timers. Is just essentially to be able to place that early ward down so you can see what the enemy team is going for, and then come back onto the map with a red trinket much faster.
Both bottom lanes playing a little bit cheeky there around the brushes, but looking at the early pathing, both these junglers are going to start fairly leashless there on their red buffs. SofM, of course, has the opportunity to go towards that mid and try and poke Twila out, but a little bit of a trade going down in the bottom lane here. Asura taking a bit of damage, but should get out of that unscathed.
This has been the strategy that's been used so much is, you know, if you're going for a gank, trying to get a cheap first blood, you go red, Krugs, and you have either a Thresh or an Alistar support on the bottom side of the map to make that level 2 early work. I want to see if that's something that SofM wants to go for. I think it's just difficult going up against Sivir. Usually Sivers also just like rank their spell shield second just for the safety mechanism of it. So it makes sense that SofM would say screw that. Going straight to Raptors and clearing up.
Not going to have that opportunity in second to be rotating towards the top side of the map, but meanwhile in the top lane itself, looks like Flande not having any problems here against Chanhong in this matchup.
As you shouldn't. I mean, the range advantage is there for Victor. That's why he picked it, is there for how easy it is for the lane matchup. He doesn't go Klepto, which I'm a bit surprised about, going towards Airy just for the extra bit of damage. And then, of course, once you have your upgrades on your passive and you're able to get your damage down, we already know what a Victor can apply for his team. And we already kind of alluded to what Nico and Victor does for his squad. So while they don't have a true tank other than, let's say, a support Alistar, they still have a lot of space created with their ultimate NWs.
Xiaopeng now looking for an early gank in the mid lane. Plex is positioning fairly defensively, so I think he's just going to fill that one out. Xiaopeng forced back off towards the scuttle.
I think Zilean has made it so the wave's not fully pushed in. Because, of course, Jarvan was essentially holding his hand in the lane, saying if Plex doesn't fully clear out the wave, then you're screwed. And if you do, then I'm here to get the gank off. So Zilean is now completely safe. The Observer's not interested, but I'm pretty damn sure that that's the case.
Flande going to be pushing in here. SofM looks for the loop around, but he's not going to find it. Instead, going for the Krugs and getting spotted out by that ward.
Not much the Kennen can do, though. Good timing. Whenever it comes to Krug invades, top side's the easiest because you can pin the top laner down underneath turret, and you don't have to worry about it. It's when you're trying to trade for bot side Krugs that you're having a bad time because the AD carry can still pick up the wave. It's the support that can push you out of bot side Krugs. So if you're on the red team, like Xiaopeng in this instance, now Krugs is not up, but it's going to be up in about 20 seconds. So he can go bot side. As I already mentioned, Duan can just push him out.
Twila going to drop some vision down before he backs as well so that they know when SofM is going to be going for the Raptors. Try and keep tabs on his pathing so they know exactly where to be careful the most. In the bottom lane, this is a lot of shove, a lot of a CS advantage here on GALA.
Yeah, and GALA also just has biscuits and potion advantage, so it's going to be Asura that needs to really worry about getting poked underneath tower. Thankfully, you have the Alistar. Not only has the passive heal that he can give you and apply, but also just, the target and stacks that he's going to be placing down. So Asura underneath turret seems safe. It's just that he's always going to be on the back foot, losing out in CS.
While we look at the top lane, well, mid lane first. Xiaopeng might be coming in for the gank. The double bomb flashed away from Plex. Don't even need the Jarvan for that one.
Well, that was just great IQ from Plex. He knew that he was going to get ganked off that. Otherwise, why would you set up the slow double bomb? That's just a lot of mana being used by Twila that wouldn't have any, that wouldn't push Plex out of lane at all. So I was like, that's a lot of resources here. That has to be a gank. Immediately flashes out.
Looking up towards the top lane, Flandre's first back. He's going real aggressive with this build. Just went straight for the Sork boots, trying to get a little bit more damage onto Chanhong. Xiaopeng coming in for a repeat gank. He just does not want to leave Plex alone, and Plex without the flash. This is really dangerous. Needs to be careful.
Here we go.
Slow into double bomb. He is almost certainly dead. SofM's here. Pop Blossom will the shield save him in time. Plex has a little bit of a heal. He's going to keep himself safe in the presence of SofM. Dissuades any more damage coming in from Xiaopeng or Twila.
Yeah, SofM coming in clutch. At that point, had to come and help, right? If he had been ganking so frequently, taking his flash off in the lane, or at least the wave, is not even in his ball court, then you had to have come. SofM recognized that, was in the area, and of course Corrupting Potion giving him the extra boost in HP, made it so there is no way Xiaopeng was going to give him 100-0.
Now Plex off of that will force Twila back, but will probably be going for a back himself at this point. Of course, the first item from Plex is going to be the same as last game, GLP. It's what's being worked on right now. So far, state of the game is pretty good here for both teams, but LNG, I think, are getting a little bit better here in the mid lane.
Yeah, at this point, these are ganks to make it so Twila is even up in lane, is in a really good position. The first one where he was just hovering over the lane, we already talked about that. That's just so the wave management is tough for Plex. Because if Plex is trying to push in and he can't fully commit to the wave and auto-attack it, then what can he do? He's just in a bad spot. Dominus has expected that, and here comes all in.
All in from Chanhong because he knows Xiaopeng's in the area, but not close enough to actually respond to this. And SofM's taking the red buff at the time, so Flande might feel a little bit safer than he should. He's got to back out at this point. Chanhong comes in with a flash, doesn't have the ultimate. How long can Flande stall? Not long enough. Is Chanhong going to pick up the first blood? SofM just going to have the red buff.
You said it perfectly. He thought he had the safetiness. Like the fact that SofM was there, thought he had the Guardian Angel. Let's see if the damage is enough.
Oh my here goes Plex. The observers baited us too, and now Chanhong in a little bit of trouble under the tower. He's going to be forced away, and Plex, this should be a free kill for him and SofM.
What a great response. Plex comes in clutch there, consistently shoved in, understood that his wave was going to get pushed in for that, but says, okay, Flander's going to come out, low death timers, just teleport mid, pick up the wave while I pick up the kills top lane.
They're just going to be staying in this position for a little bit longer, but let's take a look at this gank to set that up in the first place.
We already talked about the safety net that he thought he had with Rek'Sai up topside, but he was taking out the red buff. So good roam from the Nico. We didn't catch that one out. You could tell Xiaopeng didn't either. Even went straight through the control ward. Kind of just skirted through the wall. I don't know if LNG even knew that it existed, but just in case, Plex took the safest way around.
And he was rewarded for it. Now 1-0 and 1 on that Nico, with SofM picking up the Warrior enchant off the back of that. So he's going to have a lot more power here in the early stages of the game. Duan and Asura are going to be able to clear out that ward. Now I want to see what SofM is going to do with the rest of this lead, where he wants to focus. Dragon is on the field, so is Xiaopeng.
It really starts with Plex. He's invading too early. That's always the concern. You need Plex to have control through mid first, because you're already seeing Twila making the roam. Oh, okay.
Okay, good tangle barbs there. Plex going to chunk a whole lot of damage there onto Twila. SofM still waiting on the wings.
But Plex is doing something great. Continue to shove out mid. But no reason for SofM to already engage.
He went way too far in, but he has to conquer now. This is a lot of damage coming out in an AoE. SofM gets taken low, but not down. Pop Blossom going to come out from Plex. Not going to land on a Xiaopeng. The teleport comes in as well from Chanhong. But I think this is a little bit too aggressive. He doesn't even have the flash available. So SofM and Plex going to make it out of there. Twila will not.
Duan's in the area just in case as well. Looking, there's a possibility of rotating towards the bottom lane.
The Rek'Sai's here, but Xiaopeng's coming in as well on the Huntsman pop by GALA. Great engage there by Duan, but it's not going to be enough. GALA going to be safe after that.
Mark came in clutch on that one. Really well done, because Duan was gunning for GALA. He knew that he would be able to get the flash knock up on GALA, but was interrupted in the process. Here comes Xiaopeng. Fun never ends.
He's looking for the gank here. Hopefully LNG won't get baited in by this engage, because if they do, they're going to find a Jarvan in their face real quick. Doesn't look like Xiaopeng wants to go for it. SofM's actually rotating down here as well.
Yep, you know, junglers are just, they both have the same ideas. This is why the jungle matchup is so fun to watch. Here he goes. Oh, he sees him. Get away.
It's like, I saw you on that scan. Get the hell out of here. Leave my bot lane alone.
Funny enough, both junglers do not have their ultimates up because of the last fight. This is the fight that both of them used it. I was a little concerned about SofM. He goes in immediately, while Plex is already getting the wave started up. So SofM knew that there was danger here. Ulted while he got stunned by Twila, buffered it. That was perfect. Any later, he would have died. Well done from SofM, and then, oh my god, as I say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, maybe not that play was well done by SofM, but Plex will pick up the kill on the back end of it. Now 3-0-1 on this Nico, has a 7-stack Dark Seal and a GLP 800. This is not the start Dominus wanted for their mid lane.
What happened mid?
A lot of death.
Ultimate. He must have been low in mana? I know we'll see it. Like, we'll see the replay again, and we'll miss another play because of it. But, like, I still need to see that. Like, I don't think what SofM did was bad, but I need the evidence. So as we, you know, get all the evidence all back together and find out what actually happened in that situation, we're seeing ward battles.
All right, good. Nice tie there, but Flande going to take most of his health and damage, but has the little fruit to pick him back up. Get a little vitamin C in his diet.
Are we just going to let that play go? Are we not going to go back?
They learned from last game, Raz.
They're just always on this, you know, the edge of their seat now. They're like, we can never replay anymore. We're missing too much. All right, that's fair. I can agree with that.
Yeah, SofM going to feel comfortable with this Rift Herald take, because look at Flandre's CS difference at this point. While Xiaopeng has been putting so much focus into the mid lane, Flande has amassed a 30 CS lead over Chanhong.
Yeah, matchup's great, especially if you get your first evolution on your E. Then the wave clear is there, the extra bit of damage that you have on top of Chanhong, especially why he has Ares so he can bully the top of the matchup. So it also translates very well into fights. Twila's getting opened up on again.
Here comes Plex, SofM, and Duan. That is so much dedicated towards his mid lane. The gravity field should ideally get the kill onto Twila. There he goes. Flande going to pick up his first kill of the game.
Isolated immediately. It's hard now for Zilean. He got so much pressure from Jarvan too, so there's no excuse of, you know, I got camped, you know, or we don't have wards around here. You know, the usual go-to excuses for why you're behind in the game. No, he's 0-3 because of him just sticking his head out far too out there in the mid lane. So Plex gets the pick really early on, the one play that we didn't get to see, and I'm still kind of butthurt about that one. And then, oh wait, speaking of getting your head chopped off.
All right, here comes the teleport in from
Nothing's
Twila.
going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Exciting.
And in fact, he gets the fastest route towards the Rift Herald.
Now the Rift Herald is going to be secured there by LNG. All they're going to lose for this one is a single turret plating. So LNG in this early game are so unbelievably happy.
Yeah, they're doing everything right now. At this point, like, the lanes are doing well, as you had pointed out to the top side of the map. And Plex is in a great position where he already has his GLP. He's just waiting to slow someone down.
They know this dragon's being taken, but at this point, LNG don't feel confident taking it away on their own. They're just going to let that one go.
Yeah, wanted to wait for his J4 passive strike, Smite. It's a pretty good execute damage. That's always something that I watch out for whenever it comes to like Baron 50-50s. It's like, all right, who has the better execute? Is there an Elise in this game? All right, that sounds good. Is there Elise in there? Okay, that's Q Smite. That works out. Jarvan, auto attack. Auto attack Smite. Another one, of course, is Olaf's E Smite. So they're just, like, a lot of champions are a little bit more complex, has an actual ability, but Jarvan's just, like, straightforward.
He's uncomplicated like that. He does his best, Raz.
He's a simple man. You would like your prince to be as simple as you are. And I just mean the common man, all right? I've flamed so much that I actually
I was like, my God, Raz.
I'm sorry, I mean the common man.
You're just going to light me up on air.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just talking about, like, you know, you want your representative to be like everybody else. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's how you get bad people in power, my friends.
Well, I'm a simple man, Raz. I see turret platings. I get happy for LNG because they're up by 480 gold, 800 on their pockets versus the 320 of Dominus.
What I would love to see, you're already seeing how low this mid lane tower actually is. Half HP at this point. LNG certainly has their eyes on it. Side lanes are key. Like, you're already seeing it getting wind down. They're the type of team right now, they want the laning phase to go as long as humanly possible. The flash being used by Chanhong. Consistent. Wait a minute. I wanted this to go a little longer.
Yeah, I don't know about this. This isn't really extending the laning phase, guys, but LNG still feel confident about that choice. They won't, I don't think, secure the mid lane tower. Just one more auto.
They got it.
Come on. Attaboy. Plex going to secure that one. Not going to land the double bomb. They get 2 towers for the price of 1 there, Raz.
There we go. Top lane tower, too. Like, that's wonderful from LNG's point. Bot lane is still a huge target on its head, so see what Flande could do. I think he's going to get opened up on. If he gets hit by Q, okay.
Here comes the ultimate. The flash away from Flande. It's not going to be enough, and he is in the side lane. One more auto should do it. Good shield coming out from him,
Minion
but I
wave.
don't know what he expects to do.
Yeah, I thought he was hiding between the minion wave. Like, you wouldn't get me. And probably didn't think about the E cooldown. So, was enough. Certainly enough.
Trying to be cheeky, but got smacked for it. So now he is going to die, of course, but he's still happy with his position right now. He's got the 25 CS up still, but let's take a look at this 1v1 again.
Yeah, the moment you can just glide straight through Izzy, it's pretty damn easy. Even with his flash that was being used. I actually personally thought he was going to open up with a Q, but Proto Belt in to begin with, so I don't think that was something that Flande had recognized. Proto Belt in for the ultimate, so it gets a stack off. So he flashed later than he would want to do. He's looking for the wrong ability.
Now, if we look towards the mid lane, look at the items that have stacked up there. Twila also starting with the GLP, but doesn't have the Glacial Augment to boost that up a little bit. Going to be with Airy instead. And Plex is a full item ahead, Raz. This does not feel good for Twila.
It is literally all of the items he needs. Those 2 items that just make it that much harder to deal with him. So he has this mid lane pushed out. Once he gets this next wave, he can come in and completely stop what Dominus is doing. That's why Dominus, even though they got this bottom lane tower, they're on a ticking timer, recognizing that Plex is going to have an ability to roam, and that Zilean is going to have the mid lane completely controlled. So here comes Plex. Here comes Daddy Plex.
Oh, Ghost not going to land because Xiaopeng was afraid. Plex not going to be able to find anything just yet, but he is instilling fear to the side of Dominus Esports. And at this point, he kind of should. I mean, LNG as a whole are looking incredibly strong. 18 minutes in, they've got a 3K gold lead. They've picked up 2 towers, and this is what they've wanted. They want a slow game. They want to get to the late game. So far, they're on track.
I think we're just talking about late game. I personally like Dominus's composition a little bit more. But at this stage, the mid game is so much easier for LNG to really play around because you're already seeing what's happening. Mid lane taken down. It's up to now LNG to choose what side of the jungle they want to control. So blue side jungle is something, and I mean enemy blue. So right quadrant on the map is something they need to be able to take control of so they can take Ocean Dragon. And then they can cut straight through to inner tower, bottom lane, outer tower, and then inner tower. So they have a pretty clear goal of what they want to accomplish because of Plex has a consistent wave clear through mid. You're always going to be on the back foot.
Now Dominus going to take what freedom they have established up here in the top side of the map, and they're going to try and take down the top lane tower.
So this is clean from Dominus. They're just trading. But now LNG, onus is on them to make a play happen through mid. Because if we're just trading cleanly on like side to side, we still have to recognize that it's Plex that has the control. Of course, he put himself bot side, but they have control of both mid and bottom lane, so they need to do something. Either take down inner turret or try and collapse on the top lane play. They're choosing neither.
So far, it just looks like SofM just going to try and take down the dragon, but that's not really worth it. Baron spawning in 40 seconds. Of course, this is going to be an Ocean Dragon. At the very least, they'll get it off the field, but they've lost 2 towers for nothing. They may be losing their top laner as well. Hero's entrance comes in. Flande not going to be able to stall for much longer. Duan tries to get the engage. Not going to be able to find it, and a teleport coming in as well from the side of Dominus. Now 4 people on the top side. Make that 5.
Absolutely no way for LNG to even get anything off of that one. So as a whole, it's just a great play from Dominus. They continue to push the pressure. Now they have pressure around Baron. Baron's not going to be up for 7 seconds, but they're not going to try for it because they don't have the damage necessary. But now they have so much to work around on the top side of the map, knowing that the next tower to work on is the inhibitor tower.
Now LNG going to try and get a little bit of vision, try and clear it out. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you can't
thought
touch
that
me.
was for sure going to stop him, but
Not even close.
gets away scot-free. Plex now going to rotate onto the side lane, get himself a little bit more farm. Flande as well, rotating down to the bottom lane. So it looks like LNG are looking to rotate into a 1-3-1 at the moment.
As they should. I think that's, we should see, for me, I would love to see Flande have more push and roams. He's going to have flash soon. So the moment he starts to enter the side lane wave, as you can already see this wave is going to try and meet him, he can push out 2 waves, rotate towards his team around mid lane, start to do that consistently. They're at a great place where I think their damage around Baron is significant right now. So they are the type of team that, hey, you know, if they have vision control around Baron, you actually have to pay respect to that.
Flande, of course, this is what's been happening so far is kind of a problem I had with Flande's Victor last split, which was he goes up a little bit too far, gets caught out, gets 1v1 or something, and then LNG lose pressure all the way across the map.
Well, it's a push and pull situation, right? Whenever you see Victor top lane to begin with, there's a reason why the general audience despises it. Is because ownership is on the team's communication around that. That's the whole NA Jace situation, whenever it's like, well, Jace is a great pick and it's always fantastic in the meta, but, well, how do you play with the Jace? You push and rotate, and you play respectfully and disciplined. If you don't, in the situation you're talking about Flande pushing out too far, well, the response is, you know, have him push and move with his team, always have SofM on that side of the map just in case. But, you know, in the past that hasn't been happening. I'm having a little bit more faith with LNG, knowing that Duan was really close to being in position, so it's looking better and better. Dominus is starting to push the pressure, though.
Clearing out around the Baron pit will get rid of that as well. Tunnel gone, lots of vision available, and aggressive pings coming in from Dominus. They are just so hell-bent on taking Barons early. Teleport not available from Flande.
But all eyes are on Chanhong, so the Ghosties catching him out is crucial. Because the only reason Dominus was on Baron was for that cannon play.
Xiaopeng taking a lot of damage. The flash, Tangle Barb's attempt from Plex will force the flash away from Xiaopeng, if nothing else.
He was just eating damage from Baron with that slow, just eking away from him. So, interesting play. I liked it from Dominus, but they're recognizing they can't play any spooky plays, knowing that the Ghosties are all the ways up. But here we go.
Oh, the back interrupted there. Looks like they might be able to find Mark here. He goes for the hero's entrance down onto Twila, but in the meantime, Xiaopeng going to get dropped. Has the revive for the time being. Mark going to get the taunt onto Duan. Going to stop him for a little bit. But Xiaopeng will fall down in the end.
But this is big. Mark doesn't have ultimate. Your jungler is down. LNG 100% is going towards Baron. And the only thing Dominus seems to be doing is pushing out mid lane. But they're starting to move to contest now.
Pop Blossom still available as well here from Plex. So if Dominus go in for an engage, they have to be so careful about the AoE damage coming out from LNG.
Oh,
Plex
no.
just zoning and slowing. That is so many slows coming out from the side of LNG. And Duan goes in for a re-engage. Do they want more than just the Baron? Chanhong, a beautiful ult, but it's not going to be enough. The Pop Blossom from Plex will stop the push for the time being, but they already have lost Duan. Are they going to lose Plex as well? The damage from the bomb secures the shutdown onto the mid laner of LNG.
But surprisingly, that's just 2 picks. Just 2 people. That means 3 people are running out right now with Baron buff enabled. So you can lose 2 guys, you can lose the mid lane outer turret. LNG came out big.
5-man ultimate there from Chanhong was just not enough. And LNG, as you said, still have Baron on 3, but let's take a look back at this fight.
So this was a great pick on towards Galio. I was concerned that he was able to get out pretty scot-free. Eyes on Duan at the top side. He was like, just in case this fight goes on a little longer, I'm going to block Galio. And I'm going to even try and make it harder for Twila to move past me, but great double bomb, so no way for Plex to follow up. It's okay. We got the necessary picks. Let's move on towards Baron. And then you already made a mention about the slows that came through, and Duan thought that they can pick up a fight immediately afterwards. So, at the end of the day, what ends up happening? He still bought some time. They still got the Baron buff. Now they're going to be going back onto the map with their buffs, push themselves on side lane. This was beautiful, by the way. I thought that would be enough for Dominus to come back into the fight, but they had no way of chasing them down.
Plex eventually does fall to the double bomb, but 3 members still alive with the Baron buff with 2 minutes remaining on it. So LNG now have the opportunity to go for the macro play.
Great time wasting, though. Like, Zilean had completely shoved out basically 2 waves top lane. Before the play even happened, they had shoved out mid. So now it's easier to start wasting more time off of LNG's Baron buff. Going for a play on a Plex.
Xiaopeng going to find the Cataclysm onto Plex. Plex going to get the zoning slows, and Duan coming in with the Hex Flash. He's looking for the engage. Teleport coming in from the side from Flande. This could be a full-on team fight. Let's see where Flande goes. Looks like he's just going to try and defend from a flank from Chanhong.
Yeah, great disengage. Duan came in really, really clutch for Plex. And now they're able to take the bottom lane turret, or at least try for it. Let's see if they can get it.
Baron buff still remaining on those 3
Wow.
caster minions, but that was a ton of damage onto Chanhong,
Yeah,
nearly killing him.
Definitely just ran into it, which, you know,
Not ideal, Raz.
Yeah, don't advise that. Don't advise it.
If you're ever trying to figure out positioning into an AoE incoming, not always the best.
Well, now that they have mid lane turret, or at least bot lane turret, mid lane turret's going to be the primary focus. Really close to being able to get that one. This is hard getting a pick on Jarvan, but he's already going back to base, so this one is also ripe for the picking.
Twila just going to try and clear out the wave as best he can, but won't be able to do anything about that cannon for a little bit. That means LNG have free reign over the mid lane, should be able to take down this inner tower as well.
How frustrating is this kind of game for Dominus? Like, sure, you look at their composition and they're saying we're getting there. Like, Infinity Edge is coming along there for GALA. He's farming up himself a Storm. Not as good as the last game, what we saw from Sivir, but close enough where he's able to get to his 3-item spike and be comfortable in these fights alongside a Zilean and Galio. But if your primary carry is actually just behind the enemy carry, when you have a double support composition, then it's just sad. You're not ready. You're not ready to take these fights, and LNG has recognized that.
And Flande, despite the deaths, despite getting a little bit behind, still has an 80 CS lead and has completed his 3 items. He has so much safety alongside his upgradable item. He has Banshee's Veil for the magic damage, for the AP spells. He's got the Zonias to stall out for another rotation of spells. He's looking a lot safer with this item build, and we've seen the benefits it has in team fights.
Yeah, we didn't get to mention it when it first came out, but the Banshee's Veil first pickup is always going to be incredibly beneficial. You saw how he died firstly. Like, that initial stack that we're starting to see from Kennen trying to get the stun in the top lane, that is no longer possible, especially with the Zonias, that is. So, if he ever gets picked out, as we're seeing right now.
Oh, good EQ there from Xiaopeng is going to keep him safe for the time being, but it did blow a teleport out from Dominus.
There we go. Keep him nice and safe. I don't think we're going to be seeing many kills so far, but the Dominus are put in a position where they have to be the ones forcing the fight.
They have the teleport available for Chanhong, so they can always look for a flank if they decide to do so. But LNG just pushing so aggressively here onto this tower, chunking Twila to half under the tower as the 80 carry. That's confidence.
Interesting call here from Dominus to have Chanhong not just fully push out the bottom side of the map, but try and just force some sort of gold trade. He's not going to try and go chip down this bottom lane tower knowing that Victor has base, so good knowledge and recognizing that he could get collapsed. In fact, I still think they're working on it. Oh, no.
SofM's coming in.
He did exactly what he was trying to avoid away from.
All right, SofM, can he land the Q? The ultimate from Chanhong, maybe a little bit too defensive too early, because here comes Plex. There's the slow, the Tankle Barbs, and the kill. Plex going to now be 4-1-4. He's got the Morellonomicon as well in his pocket.
The worst possible timing. Think of it this way. He doesn't hit the turret bottom lane because he's like, I don't want to get collapsed. Still goes for the Krug, so like Snake, LNG are like, well, we're still going to come and get you. At the same time as Baron is now about to respawn in about 30. So we're in a tough place right now. LNG full basing, coming back onto the map. You already see mid jungle and support. Alistar and Rek'Sai getting full control around this. This is the new combination we're seeing here. Duan joining the team and now working alongside SofM to get great control.
And so far, Dominus have no way for Chanhong to flank. You look around the map, there is no vision he can teleport to and try and get a flank engage onto that Baron fight. And we've already seen how much AoE damage, how much zoning potential comes out from LNG, even when there isn't the possibility of the flank.
Well, they're fully taking control of the top quadrant of the jungle. That just makes it harder for Mark to even show his face here, so I think that they shouldn't. Definitely don't enter this side of the map.
A lot of poke damage coming out from both Flande and potentially Plex.
And that's what you have to be concerned about. I mean, I'm not too concerned about the engage because I think that as long as the Kennen and the Zilean are there, you're not going to get engaged on. But you're certainly going to get hit by the victory. That poke is something you have to fear. And take a look at that. You see absolutely nothing.
SofM getting ready for the Baron. They know they have the vision in this quadrant. No one can sneak by. Chanhong still in base, maybe waiting for a teleport. There is a flank ward over there by the river, so Dominus just need to get there in time, but the Baron already so low, just down to 2,000. Duan stalling for time, gets a good engage, the Tangle Barbs as well. This could just turn into a great fight for them. Changhong still looking for the flank, but now that Mark is already down, will he be able to find it? Asura, he's going to get knocked straight into Asura. Chanhong won't survive. The double kill comes out from Flande. The Pop Blossom by Plex will keep himself alive against Xiaopeng. Not going to be able to find the trade onto him, but at the very least, the mid laner of LNG survives. SofM goes down, but so does GALA. Triple kill for Flande. Asura wants to find more. He finds Xiaopeng. Can he find Twila at this point? Plex also chasing down the flash, the Tangle Barbs. Flash away from Twila keeps him safe, but no teammates left on the map.
Last bit of mana to speed himself on out of there. That was a great sacrifice from SofM to be able to assassinate GALA. Members down, and you're getting these turrets down. This is going to be a great gauge to see how much LNG can take away from Dominus. Just the inhibitor.
Just the inhibitor there, but in the top lane also picking up the inner tower there for Flande. This was a really good fight for LNG.
Specifically, Duan coming in and buying for time. You can do that when you're Alistar, knowing that your ultimate can just be there and ready for you. I was wondering how they would play the Kennen, because the Kennen was coming in on the flank. They had all recognized that, darted straight towards him. Take him out. Knew that they had the timing to be able to do it. He didn't have Zhonya's, and that's what we really needed to point out there. It made it so Asura's like, okay, I still have my stopwatch. I'm going to get that kill. And Flande able to assassinate the Sivers, so you still have damage up and available. I don't know if that's the play.
I'm thinking not, Raz. Results-based analysis, I'm going to say, nah, not the play.
The problem with that one is that you've used your flash now. As a Jarvan, your way coming back into the game, especially if you look at his items, Gargoyle is still playing at all, be that point of engage for your team with your flash and all. But doesn't have that available now.
I'm feeling bad for GALA this game, man.
Yeah?
2 games in a row, he has been outputting so much damage on this Sivir, doing so much, but he just hasn't had the support around him that he can actually make the team fights happen. And part of that's the team composition, but I can't help but feel bad for how well he's doing.
I mean, that's always going to be state of the game, unless if it's just a pure stomp, there's always going to be 1 star out of all of them. For me, I just love how Duan and SofM have been reliably playing this series out.
Plex going to get more zone into the tower, and this is just a relentless assault here from LNG.
But take a look at the fact that they don't have the top lane wave. Top lane wave is actually pushing it to the tower. So
oh boy.
They know that they're all inning on mid and bot side. Dominus have to do something.
They're on a timer at this point, but the only thing Dominus are going to do is back off from the tower. Mark Justice punches away. That will give LNG the opportunity to take down this tower. The inhibitor now open in the bottom lane will be picked up here by LNG. Yeah,
they're going to lose the inhibitor simply because the super minion wave was coming straight at the same time. Here comes another wave at the bottom side of the map. I feel like if you're looking at Duan, Duan has his flash up and available. He can be that point of engage. Expect the Alistar to go loose.
Flande puts a ton of damage down onto Xiaopeng. There is the opportunity to engage still. Duan looking for it around the inhibitor.
So much poke coming through. GALA was just about to get hit too. Oh my god, please stop it. The Flande, a lot of people are not looking at Flande. But Flande just burned through his mana, just trying to get one crucial E off. He was able to get anybody off of his poke, they're going in. But couldn't do it. Dominus had recognized that and focused.
Well, when we consider things like dragons, especially Ocean Drake, when you have one, it's like, okay, laning phase, really great. Outside of that, maybe not so great. The nice thing about having an Ocean Drake, especially for LNG here, is if you're a poke-oriented team and you need mana on your top lane carry, the regen will help delay it a little bit longer. But Flande, more importantly, has now hit 6 items.
Yeah, he's got him right and prepared. At this point in time, especially the QSS there for Asura, they are ready to fight. It's not even a question. I'm a little bit concerned for GALA because GALA doesn't have cleanse. That's number 1. Doesn't have his QSS. That's number 2. So he's really just relying on his spell shield to get him away in these fights. But that's not even good enough to get away from an Alistar headbutt pulverize combo. So, usually if you think about headbutt pulverize combo coming at you, you'd use cleanse flash, QSS flash, I mean. Like a lot of those to be able to get out of those knock-up situations. You can't even get out of the Tangle Barb. So, he has to time it well and rely on his front line. It's getting harder and harder by the minute.
Yeah, and just look at the difference between Flande and Chanhong at this point, because that is a very significant CS lead, which to me says that LNG have been playing the map pretty well.
And that's the thing. That's the beauty of top lane victory. People don't like it until it plays well. Like, that is the definition of results-oriented analysis. It is harder to play around, and that's good, feedback to have, good critiques to say, we don't want to play this type of, we don't want our teams to play this type of style because it's just hard and we don't trust you. Say that. I would much rather hear that than we think it's a bad champion in the top lane, because that's not honest. That's not real. That's BS.
LNG fans, though, going to be happy with this victory performance so far. They need to be able to push it in for the last bit, though, and so far it feels like Dominus's wave clear is proving too much without a Baron.
Yeah, they got 2 waves bot side. In fact, they might look for a fight right now. But they still should feel confident knowing that bottom lane wave still has 2 super minion waves just clashing at the same time, by the way. Someone has to deal with that, and it's at the worst timing possible.
Look at Twila, he's going away. No one's going to be there to deal with the wave. They're all inning on this Baron stop. And Duan is just stalling for all of his life. He takes down the Baron. LNG still have it. Duan somehow still alive during all of this. And it feels like Dominus have just thrown the game. The Nexus Tower's in danger. Teleport coming in from Flande. No one from Dominus is able to get out. Sure, Chanhong found Asura, but Flande has found your Nexus Tower. He takes down 1. He takes down 2. So much damage from the AP carries of LNG, and they'll take down Dominus Esports 2-0.
That was as good as it can get. We're just talking about